Wildcats fans. I'm standing by with one of the Wildcat goalies for this season. This is Cole McLaren. Cole, thanks so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Thanks for having me. It's awesome.
All right, well, let's talk. Let's get to know you a little bit more before we go into this season. So you're a local guy from further down the valley. Tell me about when you started playing hockey and your journey up through.
Yeah, I started playing hockey when I was around 4 years old. Started off as a player, playing out of Bridgetown Maritime Hockey Association. Played up there all the way through like novice and hockey, and then after that made the switch to Adam and Pee Wee. Played AAA all the way up through the Western Valley system, and loved it. It was always a good time there, and yeah, that's my minor hockey basically. Bantam, played that in Dartmouth. Got cut from the Valley team, but ended up back here in the end, so it's all good.
Hockey's a funny business sometimes.
yeah, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. Were you a goalie right from the time you were little, or when did you decide that the net was the place for you?
I always, from the day I started playing hockey, I always wanted to be a goalie, but my dad, he didn't want to go there. He was a goalie too. He knew all the stress, all the pressure that it's put on you, so he tried to keep me away from it for as far as possible. But like even in IP, like we'd be skating around doing shots, I'd go player gear, run into the net, jump in, trying to be saving the pucks with just my gear on, and I always loved it from day one. And it wasn't until novice advanced, so about 3 years after I started playing hockey, that my dad said, you know what, let's do it. We got a demo set of gear from the rink. They loaned us some gear, and where it all started.
All right. Yeah, I know it usually takes a special breed of individual to be the one to want to put themselves in harm's way of slap shots, but it seems to be working out for you so far.
Yeah, I don't regret my choice at all. Like, it's just, I think it's the coolest position to play by far. It's like a flashy gear, you get to make the flashy saves. You're really the X factor almost every single game, so it's the position I definitely would have wanted to play. If I could go back and pick again, I'd stay goalie.
Very good. As you said, it does come with a lot of pressure, because sometimes the teams are very evenly matched, and it's whether you make that one save that you're reaching for or not might determine the outcome of the game. So, I mean, what do you do to stay in the zone? You know, if a bad one gets by you, how do you shake that off?
Ever since day one, my dad's always told me, you just got to have an instant reset button. You can't keep like what's the word? You can't keep just longing on like what happened. That's not the right word, but just keep staying in the. You got to keep staying in the moment. You can't just fall back into the past, because you might have been scored on one bad one, but that doesn't mean you can give up another 2-3 bad ones in a row. You got to bounce back for the team. You got to be ready.
Well, you've certainly been ready throughout your career. Let's go back to that playoff game last season where you guys played for a bajillion hours and made a jillion and 3 saves.
Yeah, that was by far the longest hockey game in my experience, and it was a crazy game just to be a part of it. Looking back at it now, like in the game, you're like, oh yeah, it's fourth overtime, like hopefully we'll win.
No big deal.
Yeah, it's honestly, it didn't even seem like that big of a deal at the time, but now you look back at it, you're like, holy, that was 5 hockey games, like 80-some shots, and like the other goalie too, 60-some shots. Like me and Dakota, we both had a long night in the office.
You guys certainly did.
Yeah.
And I mean, last year, that happened with Jacob Stewart, who's the other goalie on the team. Here in a Junior A game against Miramichi, he had 83 shots. Yeah. And then you had maybe 85 or 86 in that playoff game about a month later. So clearly the two of you bring some skills to the table.
Yeah, we definitely have the marathon game under our belts, so we know what to expect in like one of those long games. But yeah, Stewie's a great goalie. Like, I have no doubt any given night he could go out there and do that again if he wanted to. He's just that good of a goalie.
Well, the two of you come in, I think, 1A and 1B. I don't think there's a defined number one guy here. Clearly, you both want to be that guy. So, you know, that's another thing to manage. You know, what do you do to encourage each other and try to step up so you're the one that gets the nod every time, the coach needs someone to go out for game time?
Yeah, it keeps a nice, healthy, like, a competition going in the room. Like, me and Stewie, we're buddies off the ice, but on the ice, you could say we're kind of rivals. Like, you just want to be the number one goalie no matter where you are. Yeah. You want to be that starter, so you just got to keep working as hard as you can in practice, keep trying to outplay just everyone, even your players and stuff. You want to be the best player, period.
Well, tell me about the rest of your team right now. I mean, this is a fairly young team, yourself included, on this roster. There's a couple of veterans in there, a couple of guys in the mix, but it's still a really young group that's coming together in that room right now. So, you know what? Take me inside and tell me what it's like.
We got a great group of guys this year. Like, it's a lot of fun so far. Like, we definitely have good leadership with the few 20s we do have. We only have 4 or 5, but they've definitely stepped up their roles, and they know they're going to have to keep a high roll all year since there's so many just young guys here. A lot of us just rookies too, who've never actually played a season in the MHL. So yeah, I think we're going to be, especially once we get some players like Tidman and LaBelle, all of them come back from injury, I think we're really going to start surprising some teams early on, and it's going to be like that for the rest of the year. Like, we're not going to be a team that is going to be easy to play against.
Well, I mean, I know certainly that there's a lot of talent in the room. I mean, you yourself are one of many guys who were up in training camp in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League before starting the season here. Tell me what it's like to, you know, be in the room in Halifax and just know that, you know, you're a part of that organization, that you're going to be a Moosehead.
Yeah, it's hard to explain, honestly. Like, it's just so surreal, rewarding, just like all the hard work you've put in, then you're in the room with the guys, you see these guys, and like Benno grew and like ranked 15th overall, Jared McIsaac ranked like 10th overall, like all these guys you know are going to end up playing in the NHL one day, like and just getting to have like the friendships and stuff with them, it's just really amazing just to get to know those guys, and like just to see, like, they might be highly touted hockey prospects and stuff, but they're just people just like you and I. It's just great.
People that can put in a good word for you.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, those are people you definitely want to have on your good side.
Absolutely. Just to wrap things up here, you know, anything you want to throw out in terms of goals, either, you know, what you want to do with the team this year, or other personal benchmarks that, you know, you've set for yourself, that things that you want to accomplish throughout the season? Yeah,
this year is really, I think, as a team, we just need to focus on coming out every night hard. We're not necessarily the most skilled team in the whole league and stuff, but we definitely have enough skill to win. We have enough grit to win. So if we come out hard every night, we're definitely we'll be in good shape for sure. All right. And personally, like, this season, I just want to have a good year. Hopefully get some call-ups with the Mooseheads, get my foot in the door again, and then leading into next year, hopefully have a good season, be coming off a good season that looks good on the backhand, I guess. All right, well, best of luck with that. Thank you. And that's Cole McLaren, goaltender for the Valley Wildcats.